following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the co-hosts are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. We are the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. We are the Smackin' It Raw podcast, and hopefully after listening to us, you will never, ever want to listen to a different podcast again. I am your host, the Warden, Matt Ritter. I'm here with my co-host, the Real Heel, Eric Siekr.
Howdy.
And Sir Cussalot, Travis Pointer.
Hey, yo.
And we are back for what is officially episode 21. We are working through some technical difficulties. Hopefully I can get episode 22, Travis. Would have been our quote-unquote 20th anniversary, our 20th episode. Eric and I worked hard on that, so if we can get that to you, we will. Otherwise, as of now, it is considered the lost episode of Smackin' It Raw. How are you guys doing? How's everything going?
Hard on it, huh?
I'm fantastic. Unbelievable.
We worked very hard on that, Travis. Don't give me shit.
Yeah, I know you like to believe you did.
Yeah, it was a good one. We had a good 20-minute discussion about the possibility of Goldust being world champion.
That's the thing. I saw what the title of the episode was supposed to be, and I'm like, why the fuck were they talking about Goldust? Never mind. Whatever.
See now, right there, you're like, what the fuck is this about? You had to listen. It was great. So right off the bat, I want to talk about a couple things. Rich Swann was suspended for, he was arrested for kidnapping and battery. So he was scheduled to be in a number one contenders match against Drew Gulak, winner to go on to face Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. Instead, they decided that, well, one black guy's out. We're going to put the other 205 live black guy in. And now Cedric Alexander's getting that match. How do you guys feel about...
Yeah, Rich Swann, kidnapping, domestic abuse. I don't agree with it, personally.
Well,
that's
I imagine good. You don't, but
I don't agree with it, and I think he sounds like a jerk, frankly.
Reminds me of
pardon me, but I think he sounds like a jerk.
You remember Mr. Horse on Ren and Stimpy? When they ask him a question, he just go, No, sir, I don't like it. That's what that reminded me of. Like,
that's about right.
Well, the point is, it looks like Drew Gulak's gonna end up with that number one contendership anyway. But obviously, kidnapping, domestic violence. No one here agrees with it. At least I hope they don't.
Why do they?
Yeah,
name
we
him
at
Gulak?
Smackin'
Where does the name Gulak come
kidnapping
from?
and domestic violence.
Hold on, Travis. You and Eric were talking, and somehow Eric overpowered you. What were you saying about Gulak?
Of course, you heard the white guy.
It's just the way his ears are tuned.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I don't even remember. I think it has something to do with the dude's name being Gulak. I don't remember anymore.
Okay. Other news.
I'm sure it was something clever.
I recently, as of this week, started doing DDP yoga. I ordered the program in hopes to lose some weight and get into better shape. So I will be giving you guys updates. As of Monday, I weighed in at 355 pounds. So each month I will do a weigh-in, and I will let you guys know how the DDP yoga program is working for me. So far, I like it. I was a little worried he was going to annoy me, but it's really not that bad as far as learning from him. And so far, I'm enjoying it. And Kate's doing it along with me, too. So
using that dynamic resistance.
Matt. Yeah, that dynamic resistance.
Dynamic resistance, yeah.
Yep. So
that's badass. How long have you been doing it now?
I officially started on Monday. So I'm following the program. It's every other day. So I did it Monday. I did it this morning, and I will do the next one on Friday and just kind of work my way through the program. So we'll see how that goes. Also,
we'll hold you accountable then. Stick with it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard about Chris Jericho's cruise, the Rock and Wrestling Cruise?
Yeah.
No, I have not. Tell me more.
Chris Jericho next October is hosting what he's calling the Rock and Wrestling Cruise. So pretty much, Travis, you may enjoy this. You may actually want to look into this. It's a week-long cruise. And what they're doing is you pay for your cabin and your food and any photo ops and autograph signings, all that is included, as well as the Ring of Honor Sea of Honor tournament, the winner of which will be crowned as the number one contender for the Ring of Honor title, or will win a future title shot. I can't remember exactly what they said. There's going to be comedians like Ron Funches and a few other people putting on shows all week, and they're going to have bands performing as well. What Chris Jericho's been touting and talking about is you're going to be spending a week. Jerry the King Lawler, Mick Foley, JR, Chris Jericho, as well as a bunch of Ring of Honor and TNA talent are going to be there. Comedians are going to be there. Rock stars are going to be there. And they're not sequestered off in their own section of the cruise. They're going to be drinking with you. They're going to be hanging out with you. The only thing that you have to pay for while you're on the cruise itself, other than your room, is your alcohol and your gambling. Food is included. Everything else is included.
That's how cruises
including Chris Jericho doing his podcast, which you guys could be there live for. So it sounds really cool. I mean, you get to spend a week hanging out with wrestlers and rock stars and comedians, and you're eating next to them, drinking next to them.
That sounds kind of terrifying from the celebrity's perspective.
They all signing up for it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
guess. I'd be absolutely horrified.
You know how
if I was
wrestling
them.
fans are, man. Like it might not be a good idea. And they're a little too old to be dealing with that now. It's just like, I don't know if Mick can still handle it. His heart might give out.
No good can come of this.
Well,
that cruise.
But that being said, Eric, I'd like to be there to see it.
Yeah, I kind of would too.
So I go to a lot of conventions, and a lot of times these guys are walking around, talking to people in the crowds, hanging out, doing the same kind of shit you'd be doing on a cruise. And the way Chris Jericho talked about it was, the first day, maybe two, it's gonna be like, oh my God, it's Chris Jericho. But after you're there for a couple days, you've already talked to him, you've seen him, then everyone's just gonna be hanging out, having a good time. And he also said for single guys, I'm looking at you two, he can confirm that there are a lot of single women who have already bought tickets to the cruise, and that this is what he said.
What's his definition of a lot, Matt?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
More
than two can be called a lot, but go ahead.
In the first place, it can't possibly be a lot.
Yeah.
In the second place,
exactly.
Why can it not possibly?
In the second place,
because you've been to a wrestling event and
I don't want to know.
You've been to a wrestling event and you've seen the ratio, sir. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen the ratio, but that doesn't mean. I mean, you've got women like Sasha Banks, Bayley, so on and so forth, who have been fans since the time they were children.
Once again, you've seen the ratio, so yeah.
All I'm going to say is he said that with rock stars.
Yeah, but here's the difference, though. Sasha Banks and Bayley were busy training to be wrestlers, and these people are paying thousands of dollars to go on a cruise to be near wrestlers.
You don't know that Bayley or Sasha wouldn't have jumped on that cruise if they'd had the chance back in the day?
Maybe.
They were training. They were busy.
The point is, he's saying that if you're partying with rock stars, you're partying with wrestlers, you're partying with these comedians, it's going to be wild, it's going to be crazy, it's going to be interesting. So I just thought I'd throw that guy out there for you. I talked to Kate about possibly going, but she doesn't handle cruise ships and being out on the sea for a week real well. So that kind of...
Yeah, I don't either, frankly. People aren't supposed to be on the ocean.
It's water.
People weren't meant to be on the water.
It's water, man. It's 75% of your body. You're fine.
Wrong.
Since we're talking about JR and the King, JR recently confirmed that he and the King will be at the 25th anniversary of Raw, doing some commentating for that. So as of now, we have Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, The Undertaker, JR, the King, and rumored Hulk Hogan being at the 25th anniversary.
That's a stacked lineup.
What about one Scott Hall and Sean Waltman? Because that is my memory of the first ever Raw. Is those two?
My understanding is they are not confirmed. At least I have not heard that. But it doesn't mean they won't show up. I mean, they showed up at WrestleMania.
I think everybody's gonna show up.
I need them there. I will consider it a failure, a momentous failure, if they are not there.
I think everybody's gonna be there. Like every current and past superstar wrestler that's alive, and they're gonna be having a barbecue.
We'll see.
That could be. It should be interesting. They are gonna multicast it from 2 locations.
Multicast. How's that gonna work? Have they announced any
simulcast.
details about that?
They have not.
It's got to be weird for like someone who's trying to buy tickets to one of those shows.
Well, no,
they might wind up going to one. They don't know who's going to be there. They don't know who's going to be at the one.
You go to the one where it's just all the regular Raw guys, and you miss out on all the legends. And you went there to see the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That would suck.
Yeah, the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at the other location. Yeah, it would be like, oh, fuck you.
Eric, I got two things for you. One, did I see that you bought tickets to go to either Raw or SmackDown on Christmas?
I'm going to SmackDown the day after Christmas. Yeah.
Awesome. Have fun there. Did you get me a ticket to go with you?
No, I didn't.
So you want me to buy you tickets front row to go to Money in the Bank, but you couldn't even get a ticket to go with you to SmackDown?
Hey, Matt. Why you always got to make shit about you? All right. This is Eric's moment. He got tickets to go see SmackDown, and you're over here trying to make it about you. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right, Matt.
What the fuck?
Because last time I spoke about getting tickets.
See, there you go. Once again. Last time I spoke about. Once again, you're making it all about you.
Okay, I spoke about it, and Eric made it about him.
See, you're bringing up old shit.
Matt,
why are you bringing up old shit right now?
Here's what happened.
It is December 13th, sir. All right? Whatever you was talking about happened before December 13th. There's no need to bring up old shit.
Well, then we can't talk about anything that happened this last week in wrestling because that's all old shit.
Oh, shit. Does that mean we're done?
No, we can talk about NXT because it was on today on the USA Network. I don't know if you guys don't have cable, so you guys didn't check that out. But
I'll watch the rerun.
I cut the cord years ago, sir.
The other thing, Eric, I did want to mention to you, but before I do that, I'm going to let you finish. You were giving me a reason as to what happened.
About the tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, the reason is simple.
Well,
fuck
here's
you.
what happened. I asked you if you had bought me a front row ticket for whatever event where you were going to, and you said no, absolutely no. So when it was my turn to buy tickets for something, I didn't buy you one.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I would have.
Like I said, because fuck you.
That's not the conversation we had.
Exactly. Thank you.
That was not the conversation we had. Because I have not bought tickets yet. Because tickets are not available yet. I said I was going to buy tickets.
You said no, you would not buy me one.
No, I said, what have you gotten me? And I asked you.
There you go. Making it all about you.
Goddamn right, it's all about me. I'm the fucking host.
All about you.
I asked you to show me how it's done. If you want me to get you something, get me something and show me how it's done. Now, here was your opportunity. And I would have had to reciprocate with front row tickets to Money in the Bank had you gotten me a ticket to SmackDown. But you didn't. I couldn't have said no after that. That'd be fucked up.
Loud.
You wouldn't have though.
I probably would have. I probably would have felt really bad.
I've gotten you stuff in the past.
You've gotten me jack shit.
I've gotten you so many things.
Oh yeah, those Bulls floor seats that you said that you got me. That I've never been to a Bulls game, so you're full of shit.
What are you talking about? What is this guy talking about?
Let's go back and listen to our podcast for
man.
once.
Like, you know, it's
it.
Matt. I
lived it.
I can't wait to get Kate on here. The other thing is, Paige did Lillian Garcia's podcast, and Eric, I think you'd really enjoy this.
I read the notes from it. Yeah. Yeah,
she talks a lot about her feelings after her pictures and the sex tapes came out, and how people treated her, the depression that she went into, drug use, stuff on her family, her being back, what the WWE did to help her get clean and get back, and it was very entertaining. It was a really good, interesting podcast. So if you guys haven't checked that out, you're curious to find out what's been going on with Paige since her neck injury, I suggest you go check out Lillian Garcia's podcast, Chasing Glory.
Speaking of
that's
sex
all I've
tapes,
got for news. So let's get in.
Speaking of sex tapes,
go ahead.
Hey man,
did you all discuss Mia Khalifa last week, or did that happen after you recorded?
That happened after the podcast. I posted that. We talked about it after the podcast.
Okay. Well,
do you want to talk about that real quick while we're on news?
I mean, it's really weird that somebody's talking about somebody's self-respect when I've seen them take 3 dicks at one time. You know, it's just. It was just really interesting when she tried to cover up what she said. Like, well, I mean, like, about her self-respect, not about the money. I'm like, oh, you mean like when I saw you take 3 dicks at once? Okay.
Yeah, why is she being interviewed about such topics anyway?
Well,
like, why is she giving opinions?
She got out of porn. And she started getting it really into, like, you know, sports and stuff like that. And people only listened to her because they saw her in porn. So they let her get on to their different, like, sports podcasts and stuff like that. But she's trying to be she's trying to be like just that, even though she's still like webcams and shit. And yeah, so it's interesting how she tries to say that part of her life's behind her, but she still uses that to make money, you know. But
well, that's the only, like you said, that's the only reason people are listening to anything she has to say is because I can go on Pornhub and I can see her naked taking 3 dicks at one time, or 1 dick or 2 dicks, or licking somebody else's pussy or whatever. And look, now we got the genitalia in the conversation.
There we go. And here's the thing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing porn. I'm just saying glass houses, my friend. Glass houses. That's all.
I agree.
She
has no right to comment or say anything about anyone in the wrestling business, whether it relates to porn or not. She's not in that business. She knows nothing about it. She should not be having an opinion. And Hurricane's response to her was fucking classic.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was classic Hurricane, man. I enjoy great. Hurricane on Twitter, so yeah.
All right, let's get into what happened this week.
Can we talk more about Mia Khalifa's porn?
No, we can talk about that later if we have time. I know you got to get to bed early, so I don't want to, run over too far.
We can talk about that instead. You know, I can get you an hour on that if you really want.
Okay. We do have predictions to do too, so.
We predicted her next porn?
Man, listen to this. I got one more piece of news for you. Mark Cuban is teaming up with New Japan Pro Wrestling in some way to do some special live events stateside and this and that.
Really?
Yeah, he's a fucking billionaire.
Well, yeah, it's Mark Cuban, man.
Yeah, Chris Jericho actually just showed up on a episode of New Japan and gave Kenny Omega the code breaker, getting build up for their match at Wrestle Kingdom.
I heard about that. That's really cool.
I actually posted the video of it.
Everything I've seen from New Japan is great. So it's cool if they're going to start showing more stuff. It's just hard to watch, like hard to find the videos.
Mm-hmm.
But sounds like Cuban's hashing out a deal. He says some of their stuff does better than like UFC fights and stuff. Fucking crazy.
I can believe that.
My glass is empty.
So this week, weirdly enough, Raw started with a previously on Raw, which seemed more like a TV show recap than it did the normal, it just felt off.
I mean,
you know what I'm talking about?
Raw's a TV show.
It is a TV show, but it's a TV show that's presented as reality, even though I view it as a TV show, and that's why I enjoy it. But the previously on Raw, it was just very, very, like, sitcom-y. It wasn't our normal wrestling introduction.
Well, I've seen them do that.
They've done that multiple times, Matt.
Not that I remember. Not the way they did it.
Well, you haven't been paying attention because they've done that numerous times. They started doing it after TNA started doing it a while back, actually. TNA did it first, and then they started doing it. But
okay,
yeah.
We had the first ever women's match in Abu Dhabi, which we did not talk about, which is a landmark. Last year, the women were banned from wrestling in Abu Dhabi. This year, even though they were fully covered to respect religion and cultural standards there, they were able to put on a women's title match between Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, which brings us to the match with Absolution, where we got to see Mandy Rose's first in-ring appearance.
By the way, Absolution.
Yeah.
Because
we didn't talk about this.
I wasn't around to commentate on this when you first brought it up. You all discussed Absolution when they first, debuted their name and shit. And Eric, you gave a definition of what the word absolution is, correct?
I did, yeah.
What was that definition, Eric?
It was something like forgiving sins or something like
absolving sins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I can't believe you all did not see this. They are setting something up, and you all don't even know it.
Go ahead, share it.
They are setting up the return of Mordecai, and you all did not even realize that is what's happening here.
He's returning to the women's division.
They are paving the way for Mordecai's return, and you had no idea that this is what they're doing.
Some people say that Mordecai started the women's revolution.
They say that. There are some who do say that.
You guys do realize that Kevin Thorne, or I can't remember what his real name is, This is the most publicity and promotion he's ever got is on this podcast here. No one's ever talked about his character more than you guys talk about it here on this podcast.
I'm trying to tell you.
Maybe we can have him on
Remember
one time.
I said it. Remember I said it.
Okay.
I'd love to have him on one time. Mordecai, if you're out there, stop by our podcast anytime.
Yeah, man.
Every week Eric gives you the location of where he lives. All you got to do is swing by that corner, give him $20, he'll suck your dick, get your number, we'll interview you.
Listen, Mordecai, just swing on through. Me and Eric respect you, even if Matt doesn't. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I was the only Mordecai fan when he existed. All right. Anyway. This was Mandy Rose's first live TV televised match. She's only done dark matches and non-televised events. What did you guys think of her in-ring live television debut?
I was drunk. I don't remember.
It was all right.
I'm fucking with you.
You don't remember.
Honestly, though, but honestly, it was forgetful. Like it wasn't really, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't disgusted by it either, but it was just okay. It was a match.
Tag team match. I just look at it because it wasn't, oh my god, this is awful, and it was her first match on live television. I got to give her some kind of credit,
Yeah, that's
she didn't blow us away, but she hasn't done. Even though she was quote unquote in NXT, she didn't wrestle any NXT matches on television. So to come out without having any televised matches, and not stink the joint out.
In all fairness, before Triple H did this NXT thing, everybody came out without having a televised match before. So
okay, she also was just hired last year during NXT, so she's only had a year to train and get ready for televised matches, and then was not put on TV like they like to do to prep them before they put them on the main roster. Whereas talent like Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, who have been doing televised matches, are still down in NXT. Instead of putting her there and training her up, they bumped her right up to the main roster.
How many times have they brought people in like that, or football players and bodybuilding and shit like that, and put them right on TV? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but Sonya Deville was on NXT wrestling NXT matches. She also came from that Tough Enough season.
I hear you, but I'm saying it's just I don't think it's as big of a deal as you're making it that she hasn't done anything televised before. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's impressive that she's got maybe a little more than a year in, and like I said, she didn't stink out the joint in her first match. That's all I'm saying. We are talking about Absolution, who did win that tag team match. They also came out and finally confronted Asuka and laid a beating into Asuka, but Asuka was saved by the rest of the women's locker room. I believe that this is going to be, along with what happened on SmackDown, the catalyst and the precursor to the announcement of the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm into that. 2 Royal Rumbles, though? There's not that many people, though. They don't even have... How could they have a Royal Rumble with the women? There's not even 30 women.
Well, it doesn't have to be a 30-woman Royal Rumble. And if they did,
it does.
Why does it have to be a 30-person Royal Rumble? If you play WWE 2K18, you could do a 10-person or a 20-person Rumble.
There's no, it's 30.
There was a Rumble that was 40 people.
Historically.
They've done a 40 before, so it's not always 30.
They've done a 40-man Royal Rumble before.
I just think there's no point in doing it if you're going to do it less than the amount of women around it.
What if they bring up the NXT talent because they've hired all these women from the Mae Young Classic? So then you throw in all the women from the Mae Young Classic plus the women wrestling on NXT and give them a shot as well.
You get to 30 that way.
You can get 30 that way easy.
They should do 60. Just pull in the women from the audience.
This is not World War III, sir. This is not WCW. Even though I would love to see that come back because that was pretty fucking awesome. But
see, everything I've read was they will never do World War III because it was so hard to pay attention to what the fuck was going on.
Here's the thing. Most of the time, you had no idea what was going on until y'all got to the same ring at the end. But it gave me one of the most stupid but awesome moments ever in a Royal Rumble style match where it was supposed to be 60 men, but only 59 came out, right?
Yep.
And they were like, we counted. There's only 59 out there. What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Hogan's the champ at the time, right? And, this leading up to his match with Sting, the one at Starrcade, okay? And everybody's, they all come out. They have the match, domination is going on, NWO is whooping ass because they're a unit, WCW still segmented and all that kind of shit. Shit starts breaking down. It gets real bad in the middle. They still, we don't know who the 60th person in the match is. All of a sudden, Hogan's music hit, Voodoo Child. And here comes Hogan down to the ring, struggling the whole like, is he number 60? How is he number 60? This is to decide who faces the champ. How is the champ coming in this match to decide who faces the champ, but also gets to come in after most of the people in the match have been eliminated already? Like, this whole thing,
that's classic WCW. Have Hogan come in and win the match, and then I don't have to face anybody.
This whole thing just makes no fucking sense. I don't even remember who won. He didn't win, but I don't even remember who won. Like, I think that was the thing. I think what happened was, like, Sting came down from the rafters or came into the ring and all that kind of shit and knocked everybody out of the ring, and Nash, and then he lifted up the mask and it was Nash underneath it and shit, and Scott Hall won. I think that's what happened. I think that was that year.
Because no one would notice that Sting grew like 3 feet tall.
Listen, when you're watching it on TV, you don't really know. It's just, he came in, it was real fast, everybody got knocked out, and all of a sudden Nash lifted up a mask and like, haha, it's me, haha, Scott Hall wins, that kind of shit.
Oh my God, there's so many swerves going on in that match.
It wasn't. It made no sense.
It's unbelievable.
It really made no sense. Like, there's no reason why he should have been able to enter the match at the end of the match. But anyway, go ahead.
What did you guys think about Asuka being jumped? And we've heard Eric's thoughts. We heard Eric's thoughts. Travis, what are your thoughts on a women's rumble?
I'm with it. Like, it's just, honestly, it's about time. I mean, why would they never have one? It's just, you got a women's title. Why not do that? That way you can set up a women's title match without doing some weird storyline thing that makes no sense in a rush for WrestleMania,
Yep, and Eric, I believe we talked about this too. I can't wait for the women's tag team titles, and it's rumored that they're coming as well. So hopefully we get those. While we're talking about the women, Nia Jax and Enzo Amore. What the fuck is going on there?
I don't know.
This hasn't been on Hulu. I'm
about to say, explain.
So last week, Enzo Amore was talking to the Zoe train, and after they left, it just panned over to Nia Jax, and she's looking down at Enzo, and she gives him a little, how you doing? And then it just kind of cuts away. This week, Enzo Amore is talking to Drew Gulak, and he's talking about potential opponents for Drew Gulak, and he mentions Nia Jax. And then it's the whole, he's got Nia Jax on the brain, and Gulak plays the perfect idiot, and he goes, I get it. You're saying I need to be ready for anybody, even if, like, Nia Jax came in and blah, 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 this and that, blah, blah. Well, then Nia Jax shows up, and her and Enzo are kind of flirting back and forth. He asks her, how you doing? And she starts talking to him and saying that she really likes Drew Gulak's PowerPoint, and Enzo's like, oh, yeah, I was just telling him, like, I think it's the greatest thing ever, after he was just trying to tell him that the PowerPoint was stupid. They've got this whole weird Nia Jax, Enzo Amore relationship thing going on backstage.
Enzo, she would break him in half.
Enzo likes him thick, man. I guess that's what he's into.
Yeah. All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with a thick one.
There's absolutely nothing wrong. Plus, hey, she's The Rock's cousin, so if you can get in that family, why not, right?
Yeah, man, it's like that.
You'd have it made then.
It's like that. I think it's Trinidad James song. She ain't fat, bruh, just a little thick.
Let's stick with the weird here, and the weirdest thing that's been going on. Travis, have you seen Woken Matt Hardy?
She can do it better. What?
Woken Matt Hardy.
Oh, sorry, I was still in the middle.
Have you seen these promos?
A little thick. I saw the one from this week, and I was just like, okay.
Where they had the fucking 5-minute laugh off between him and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Last week's was better. This week they kind of screwed things up. I hope they just
this is a bit much. This is a bit much.
There's a lot of potential here.
There was also a lot of potential with Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, and they fucked that up. And I told you, Eric, and it's only been 1 week, but I told you they were gonna fuck this up because that's WWE. And
I don't think there's much of a way they can fuck it up.
Proof of this is apparently as I was listening to the podcast, Jeremy Borash, who works with Impact Wrestling, said that Don Callis, or not Don Callis, whoever is the owner of Impact, has released the ban on using the broken character, and it's been gone for a while. So Matt Hardy could have been broken Matt Hardy, but WWE, being WWE, wants the rights to it. So now they're making him go by Woken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, man.
So that way they can have the rights to the Woken Matt Hardy character.
I think Woken was like a really, like they should have just gone with that from the beginning. Like when they couldn't use Broken at first, and they wanted to have him do that because Woken actually makes so much sense.
It does make sense, but the thing is they couldn't like just call it something else and have him still do the broken character because they can, you can still get in trouble for it. The same thing that happened when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash went over to WCW, and Scott Hall was basically still doing Razor Ramon,
Oh, I got you.
And WCW did win that lawsuit, though.
Yeah, but they said they kind of know like people can sue for this shit, So
yeah, but he has been saying his broken brilliance, so we'll have to see where that goes. It doesn't look like we're going to get anything from Raw until the Royal Rumble, which we had a number one contendership match on the main event for Raw. Winner was supposed to go to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. It was between Braun Strowman and Kane with a quote-unquote reinforced ring because we didn't want them to go through the ring again.
I love it when they do that.
Reinforced.
I love it when they do the reinforced the ring thing because it's just like, what are they really doing? What are you really doing? Are you really doing anything?
You're just taking the hole out that you put there? Okay.
Or you like
they really overdo that thing.
When they go out there they kind of ratchet and shit on it, like we're reinforcing it with this thing here when it's really not attached to anything and shit.
It's like if you can so easily reinforce the ring, why don't you just do it all the time?
Why don't you just do it all the time? Yeah. Why would it always be reinforced?
We got a double count out in that match. Who do you guys think is going to be Brock Lesnar's opponent? Is it going to be Braun or Kane or both? Or do you think we're going to get someone else like Finn Balor?
It'll be both. Because they'll cancel each other out and then Brock will get the win so they can, pick whoever they want to face him at Mania.
Okay. Two notes that I had from this match that I enjoyed is the crowd chanted, "We want tables," and Braun Strowman gave them tables, which shows that he is officially a babyface and not a heel now. He is giving the crowd what they want. What I did not like was, I understand that he's the monster among men, but the sitting up thing, that is a Kane and Undertaker thing. Big Show doesn't do it like that. Like, they shouldn't just be letting guys do it because, he's a monster. Like, give them their shit.
If he's taking over as the new Kane, he got to do Kane shit.
Yeah, Kane does seem to be passing his powers down to him. So
here's the thing. Like, I don't like it, but it makes sense if he's becoming the new Kane that he does Kane shit.
Yeah,
it's one of those things like you just kind of got to take it, because eventually Kane's going to be gone, and then there's nobody that's going to be able to do it. So might as well be Braun.
I did mention Finn Balor. I asked you guys if you thought he might fill in. I feel bad for Finn Balor. He had another match this week against fucking Curtis Axel of the Miztourage. I don't know how you go from being the first ever Universal Champion to wrestling the Miz's lackeys while he's filming a movie. Especially, Eric and I talked about this last week. WWE did a poll. Who do you want to see face Brock Lesnar? And Finn Balor was the WWE Universe's overwhelming choice to face Brock Lesnar. And WWE was just like, no, we're not going to do that.
Especially since his whole injury wasn't even his own fault. It was like Seth Rollins injured him, It's fucked up.
I heard that
if I were Finn Balor, I'd catch
WWE
Seth Rollins
had
in back
Seth
alley
Rollins
somewhere.
injure him on purpose.
Like if I were Finn Balor, I'd catch Seth Rollins out in the back alley somewhere and fuck him up. But that's just me.
Eric, you take your fake news and get the fuck out of here with that. Would you read that on Mordecai's website?
Yeah, on Mordecai's blog.
This is on
Did
his
you hear what
blog,
he just
sir. On his blog, sir. Not his website, his blog. There's a difference. He doesn't own the website. WordPress owns it, all right?
Okay.
But what were you saying? But yes, I did hear him.
The only other thing from Raw, which is the main focal point of Raw right now, is the Shield versus Samoa Joe in the bar angle that we have going on, and then that weird side feud with Jason Jordan. I don't really care about the other two matches, but the big match was the IC title match. That was entertaining as shit.
Can we talk about Jason Jordan for a second?
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Let's talk about what the fuck are they doing? Like, it's just I'm looking at this like, okay, is he gonna turn heel? Are you gonna do it? I need you to go ahead and do it if you're gonna do it, because this is getting annoying. Like,
well, I feel like he's transitioning right now, Travis. He's whining and begging for.
He's transitioning.
Yeah,
he's becoming a
he's
woman.
in the middle of
He's becoming a woman.
Yep. He's transitioning into a heel.
He's
whining.
Is there an operation for that?
There may be. I don't know.
How does he identify, Matt? How does he identify?
He identifies as we.
What bathroom does he use?
Whatever one he wants.
Okay.
Don't even get me started on that shit. So
I don't know. That's one of those things I don't know why people care so much about where somebody pees. But anyway, go ahead.
He's been whining and crying, trying to get things that, because he hasn't really won any matches he doesn't necessarily deserve. Now he's interfering in matches. He caused Dean Ambrose to lose and got his ass choked out by Samoa Joe. But like I said, the only real notable of the 3 matches was the Cesaro versus Roman Reigns match, and that match was fucking awesome.
Listen, back to Jason Jordan. I feel like the Shield needs to fuck him up on sight. All right? Like, they see him, he gets his ass whooped. Because what the fuck? What the fuck? Why were you even there? What was your purpose of being there? Other than to get in the fucking way.
I agree.
And, you know, it's not often that I agree with Kurt Angle. But goddamn it, you didn't win any of those matches, all right? Like, it's just like, I took this guy to the limit. I pushed him as far as he's ever been, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you lost. You know, I don't know if either one of you ever watch Undisputed on Fox Sports. But Shannon Sharp says it all the time. In my restaurant, I serve W's and L's, and that's all that matters to me. I don't need all your reasons and excuses. It's either this dub or this L, and you took L's, sir.
I agree with you. Do you have any thoughts on the Roman Reigns Cesaro IC title match?
I don't give a fuck about Roman Reigns.
You're the one that wanted him back in the Shield.
Yeah.
You were not going to
Yes,
accept the Shield
I want
unless he
him
was there.
away from the world title picture, and whatever he's doing right now is irrelevant to me. He's out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. Well, it was a good match, and it reaffirmed the beliefs that I had that I wish they would break up Cesaro, the Bar, whatever you want to call him. I really think Cesaro deserves a singles push and a singles championship run. Yeah, that match was fucking amazing.
Here's the thing: the match itself was good. I'll give you that. I'm just being a dick, but you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to it.
But yeah. Honestly,
yeah, it was a real good match.
Anything Roman Reigns is doing that doesn't put him in the world title picture is okay with me.
All right, let's move on to SmackDown and our predictions. This week, the Riot Squad again did the same thing Absolution did. They assaulted somebody, and then the women's locker room ran down to break it up. Like I said, I think it's part of the build-up to the fucking Women's Rumble. But at Clash of Champions, we have a women's title match, Natalya versus our women's champion, Charlotte. And the Riot Squad and Naomi and Carmella and Tamina and I think Lana even are going to be lumberjacks.
Lumberjills.
They don't do lumberjills anymore, Travis.
I don't care what they want to call it. They are lumberjills. All right, that's what I was raised on. That's what I'm gonna call them.
So I'm gonna get this out of the way because I don't know when she's gonna fucking do it. Do you guys think? We're not even counting this as a prediction. I'm just going to ask you because I left it in there. Do you guys think Carmella's going to cash in finally?
I'm going to say she does it every pay-per-view until she does it because I need it to fucking happen. I'm tired of waiting on it.
Kate said the exact same thing. Eric, what about you?
Kate's a smart woman. You chose wisely.
I did.
I think, yeah, I guess it's probably time.
Or maybe she chose poorly.
Actually, you know what? She's waited this long. She waited this long. I don't think she's going to.
Well, she has to. She's only got an hour. Travis, handle that carefully.
Well, she has until WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, that's better. Actually, she should have till Money in the Bank, which I think is right after WrestleMania. But still, yeah. You got to hurry up.
She'll do it at WrestleMania. I bet you.
So, getting that out of the way, Charlotte or Carmella? Charlotte or Natalya? Who's winning? Well, Travis.
Charlotte.
You got Charlotte. I got Charlotte. Travis, you going with Charlotte or Natalya?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. All right, that is all of us for Charlotte.
It's really a hard sell for me to believe that Natalia's getting another title run. I'm sorry.
There's also, I don't have it on here because WWE has not confirmed it. I read it somewhere and I don't know if it's true.
It's true.
There's possibly a
was it on the internet?
Tag team.
Was it on the internet?
Yeah.
It must be true.
All right, there's possibly a 6-woman tag team match, the Riot Squad versus Tamina, Naomi, and Lana, I believe. Or Tamina, Carmella, and Lana, one of the two.
That'll be on the pre-show.
That might take place. If the match happens, it's probably going to be on the pre-show, but that's rumored. I checked the website last night as I was finalizing everything. There was nothing on the website about it. So WWE.com has not confirmed it. WWE has not confirmed that match. So I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Not confirmed nor denied.
Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Came down during a match between the Usos and Rusev and Aiden English that the New Day were commentating. Travis, Eric, do you guys know, am I missing something? Because I'm old now and I'm out of the loop. What is with the fucking pancakes? Is there like an internet thing going on that I don't know about? Or is that just something?
Man. He's just fucking around.
Just pancakes, man.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like something in pop culture that, because I'm an old fucking man, I missed out on. And
there's certain times when New Day is referencing some pop culture shit, talking about pancakes. But right now, it's just pancakes, man.
I'll tell you what, though. The first time we ever saw the pancakes from them was because they always come out and dump the cereal on the people in the front row.
Yeah.
But like one time they went to go dump a cereal out and just like a bunch of pancakes fell out, and it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, it was so man.
They continue to be so fucking entertaining, and you want to break them up. But anyway, continue.
Are we gonna get booty cakes? Is that what's next? Booty cakes?
Who knows? Who the fuck knows? It doesn't even matter. Like I said, they continue to be the most entertaining thing on SmackDown. So it's just keep it going. Just keep doing whatever you want to fucking do. Cause it's just...
All right. Well, we had that match happen, and surprisingly, Aiden English and Rusev get a pinfall victory over the tag team champions. It's their second tag team win. Now they beat out match. We lost Travis. Oh, there's Travis. All right. Who do you guys got winning? The Usos, Gable, and Shelton Benjamin. Rusev and Aiden English, or the New Day?
Man, I think the Usos are gonna retain.
Eric's going with the Usos. Travis, who you got?
I think I'm gonna go with the New Day.
You're gonna go with the New Day, and I'm going with Rusev and Aiden English.
You're crazy.
I don't know why they're pushing these guys, but they're pushing them. They're pushing them hard, and I can't wait for Rusev Day. Every day is Rusev Day. All right. What's more than likely going to be a pre-show match, actually I can guarantee it, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley are going to settle their differences in the ring. Who you guys got, Mojo or Zack?
Mojo.
His name is Mojo. You got to go with Mojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Yep. Another, what I'm assuming is going to be a pre-show match, Harper and Rowan are facing Breezango after the events that took place on the Fashion Files, which, Eric, they had a funeral for your boys, The Ascension. They are dead as far as WWE TV goes.
I told you.
The Fashion Files. So who you guys got in that match? Harper and Rowan, who have just kind of been running roughshod over nobodies, or Breezango?
The Bludgeon
Brothers, man.
Bludgeon Bros.
I refuse to call them that.
Dude,
Double B,
sweet.
man. BB, Bludgeon Brothers, bruh.
Like, I don't understand how you don't think it's awesome. It's really cool.
It's not.
Like, what don't you like about it?
I need you to just embrace the bludgeoning, all right?
I don't like the costumes.
I'll agree with you on that. I like their old costumes better.
I don't like the fact that we know who the fuck they are, yet we've decided to change their tag team name instead of just calling them Harper and Rowan. And that they come out with hammers and they don't do shit with the hammers.
They will.
Like, if they had come out and they had cracked somebody in the head with that fucking hammer, I'd be like, all right, I'm on board with these guys.
They haven't needed to yet because they're going up against jobbers.
Nobody ever cracks anybody in the head with the hammer, Matt. All right?
Well, that's not true. Triple H does, but he puts his hand over it.
Yeah, about to say he does this. He doesn't like, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. And I also don't like that fucking Rowan is still wearing that weird sheep fucking mask for no reason. You're in a new gimmick. You don't need the mask.
He spent a lot of money on it.
So we're all in agreement. We're all in agreement there. Harper, Rowan,
the Bludgeon
Breezango.
Brothers.
Yeah, I forgot. Kate also picked them. Kate also picked Mojo Rawley, and she's going. Oh no, that's me. Oops. Kate picked Breezango. Kate picked Mojo Rawley, and Kate picked the New Day. So let me mark those down. She's the only one going for Breezango. All right. The other big news that we have, or not big news, but big match that we have that isn't the main event match, is the AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal match. We've seen Jinder try and employ fucking tactics with the Singh brothers. You know what? I don't even want to talk about that. I picked AJ Styles. I'm sure you guys are both picking AJ Styles to retain, correct?
Yep.
This feud is stupid. What's not stupid is the fact that Triple H goes to Abu Dhabi, has a match against Jinder Mahal in fucking the United Arab Emirates in India, and decides that he needs to beat Jinder Mahal over there. Why? Why does he have to win that match? It makes no fucking sense. Why does he do this shit?
You know what makes no fucking sense to me?
What?
How you still let this shit get you all worked up. This always happens. This is what happens with the WWE. This is what they do. I expect this shit. So I don't get myself all worked up when they do dumb shit like this because I see it coming.
I mean, at least it wasn't a televised event.
It wasn't a televised event. I agree with that. It's just this guy's going into a title match against AJ Styles. What would have made him look strong, seeing as they showed the fucking bits and pieces of the match and they've been airing stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all over the place, is, Jinder Mahal beat Triple H. Now he's going to face AJ Styles for the title. Maybe there's a chance he could do it. Instead, Triple H beats him like he fucking beats everybody because he's a fucking damn near 50-year-old man, if not in his 50s, who can't let go of the fact that he's not fucking relevant anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no chance of Jinder Mahal beating Triple H at this point, especially at a non-televised thing.
The problem is the fact that he was facing Triple H to begin with. So that's the thing. So I mean, in the end, it's like, you face somebody like that, you're not gonna get that dub. Like, that's just kind of what it is.
Travis, you're going with AJ Styles though, right?
Mm-mm.
No, you're going to go with Jinder Mahal?
Mm-mm.
What would you like me to put down for the winner of the AJ Styles Jinder Mahal WWE Championship match? Okay, so I'll put you down for nothing. That's done. Moving on.
Man, I get so few victories in life, and fucking with Matt is just it's one of my favorites. It's one of those things. You see the frustration on his face when I do shit like that, and he just kind of tries to move past it, but I know it bothers him.
We have Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura facing
I love you, bro.
Kevin Owens. I love you too. Oh, and by the way, for everyone who doesn't know, even though I wished him a happy birthday, yesterday was Travis's birthday. So if you have not wished him a happy birthday, go find him, wish him a happy birthday. He's now 31 years old.
I am.
Eric, did you wish him a happy birthday?
He didn't.
Yep.
Lying ass.
Travis just said you did not.
He didn't. He's lying.
I did. I posted on his wall.
Lies.
I posted you a meme.
Lies.
I guess it didn't post.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Convenient.
My Facebook is broken. Hey, happy birthday.
Anyway, we got Orton and Shinsuke versus
Here's the thing.
Owens.
He's been doing that a lot lately.
Here's the thing. I didn't know if he did or not, but he just kind of gave himself away. So.
Yeah, he did, absolutely. We got Orton and Shinsuke versus Owen and Zayn. As of right now, we have 2 special guest referees in Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And after this last week, I am more than ever 100% into my conspiracy theory that Daniel Bryan is 100% in cahoots with Zayn and Owens and is going to be making some kind of heel turn and joining them. I did really enjoy the Yep movement, though, much more than I enjoyed the Yes movement because I had feelings about Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, and it's no conspiracy. It's definitely what's happening.
Well, Travis said I was just full of fucking conspiracies when I first brought this idea up.
That was when you were talking about this whole Jason Jordan thing. You see how far that went. But my thing is with this whole Daniel Bryan thing, I think what's going to happen, there won't be anything clear at this pay-per-view. It'll be just kind of like weird things. You're just like, Shane be like, why the fuck you do that? And more will build up until the WrestleMania match between Shane and Daniel Bryan.
Well, as of right now, Daniel Bryan is still not medically cleared by WWE doctors.
Oh, he will be.
Oh, he will be by March or April, whenever it is.
Okay. Who do you guys got winning this match? I'm going with Owens and Zayn.
Sam.
The
Owens
Bludgeon
and
Brothers.
Travis?
The Bludgeon Brothers.
If there was any justice in the world.
Mordecai. No. I'll go with Zayn and Owens.
All right, and then the main event of the night, we got your reigning, defending United States champion Baron Corbin facing off against Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Last week, Dolph Ziggler cheap shotted both those guys, got into that match, caused a disqualification. This week, Bobby Roode cheap shotted both those guys from behind. I'm going with my boy Baron Corbin to retain. Who you guys taking?
I'm going with Bobby Roode, and it will be glorious.
Think I'm gonna have to go with Bobby Roode. I would like Ziggler to win, but
yeah, that's not.
I think Bobby Roode's gonna win.
Yeah, we all know that's not gonna happen.
Glorious.
Kate is also going Bobby Roode, even though she said the same thing. She kind of wants Ziggler to win. Yeah. What else do we got here, guys? Roode gets revenge on Ziggler. Riot Squad gets a taste of their own medicine. Rowan and Harper. Funeral for the Ascension. Oh, so WWE has had this anti-bullying campaign, right?
Yeah.
Anti-bully. Corey Graves is constantly bullying Byron Saxton, calling him a sissy and a wimp, just constantly demeaning and bullying the shit out of Byron Saxton.
Well, in Corey Graves' defense, Byron Saxton is kind of a pussy.
I agree with it, but how are you going to be like, oh, we're all anti-bullying, and then he goes, well, Byron, you're a sissy. You're a lemming.
He still lives with his parents.
So we've heard from Ride Along, he still lives with his parents.
Oh, man.
I mean, the dude's such a wiener that I don't think that's the kind of bullying they're talking about. Because that guy really is a fucking...
Oh, it's okay to bully somebody as long as they deserve it.
Yes. That's the thing. As long as what you say is true, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, Byron Saxton, even his name is... I don't know, everything about him. The guy sucks. He needs to be belittled at any possible moment.
Yeah, you just gotta, every now and then, you just gotta, like, remind him, like, you know, where he sits.
Yeah, every opportunity.
Yeah.
Travis, I didn't get to ask you last week because you were not here. Of these two new women's factions, Absolution and the Riot Squad, which one do you prefer?
Absolution.
Eric said the same thing.
Yeah. You'll see.
Okay.
Once Mordecai shows up, you'll see why.
And we did get the return of Naomi on SmackDown. She came down to the ring. Whooped some ass. Yep, they felt the glow. like I said, we had NXT tonight. Tomorrow, you guys won't be able to watch it, but it was good. Aleister Black actually advanced to a Fatal 4-Way for the number 1 contendership for the NXT Championship. Right now, it is him, Killian Dane of Sanity, and somebody. Oh, I think Lars Sullivan, maybe. I don't know. Johnny Gargano. So it's Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, and Killian Dane. I believe Roderick Strong is going to get the last spot and probably move on to face Andrade San Almas, but I'm hoping for Aleister Black. Adam Cole, it was Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, and with the way they've been pushing Adam Cole, I really didn't think they were going to put Aleister over in this match, and they did. I was very surprised and very entertained.
Were you sports entertained?
I was sports entertained. I was regular entertained. It was the most electrifying moment on this week's wrestling.
Sweet. I'm going to check that one out.
I said most electrifying moment, and all of a sudden Travis perked the fuck up, stopped looking at his phone.
I'm not acknowledging that.
All right. That is all I've got, but I did want to ask you guys, if the ratings are good this week for NXT, do you think they might get a regular spot on USA?
Nope.
Definitely.
Nope.
Definitely.
I do not. I think it's a training ground, and they need to keep it that way.
See, now, Travis, I disagree with this. I don't agree with the way WWE is handling it. I think, like you said, it should start as a training ground to build talent, which is what they are doing, or bringing guys from other companies to get them WWE TV ready. Then I feel like they should move up to SmackDown. They should not be split between Raw or SmackDown. I feel like the established age talent, guys like Randy Orton, guys like John Cena, guys like The Shield, should be on Raw, competing for those titles. Guys like Finn Balor, guys like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, who are new to WWE, should be showcased on SmackDown and allowed to run roughshod and win titles and establish themselves on a brand where Brock Lesnar is not ball hogging the fucking main title of the show and limiting what they can do with that championship.
Problem with that, though, is you do that, then when Survivor Series comes along, we'll have the same problem we had this year. We're just like, yeah, who's really on SmackDown's team? You know?
Yep.
AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe would be over there.
What I'm saying is, though, like,
WWE has made it very clear they are not ready to let anything but Monday Night Raw be the A show. Yeah. So if Raw is going to win anyway, why not just send all the established guys up there, let the guys make a name for themselves on NXT, then bump them up to SmackDown and build them up on SmackDown?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah, you can have one win tonight, Matt. I'll let you have that.
I appreciate it. Speaking of win, who's winning on Raw?
Mordecai. His faction's kicking ass.
Eric, who's winning on Raw?
Shit. I mean, I want to say Mordecai, but I'll say, I guess Reigns. That was a really good match.
Yeah, no, he looked really good, and he retained his Intercontinental Championship. So I'm going to go with you on that, Eric. Roman Reigns is winning on Raw. Travis, you sticking with Absolution?
No, I was just fucking with you. I agree. Reigns is winning.
All right, who's losing on Raw?
Everybody that's not Mordecai. Let's see. Who's losing on SmackDown? Jason Jordan's bitch ass is losing.
Jason Jordan is losing on Raw. Okay, Eric, what do you got?
You know, I didn't see it. That it wasn't on the Hulu version, but you brought it up earlier, and I'm gonna go with Finn Balor just because that sucks for him, man. He's just in a random match with Curtis Axel this week.
Yeah, and he's been posting on his Twitter about how he's gonna get over, and he's made comments in his promos about going over guys and getting over. And I think it's a shot at the WWE because they're implying that the reason he's not getting these title matches is they don't think he is over with the crowd. But you put him in a bullshit feud with Bray Wyatt that has no payoff. You know, all the things they're doing with him, they're not giving the guy a chance to get over. Like, he's wrestling fucking Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel back to back weeks on row. He's getting squashed by Kane. Like, how's the guy?
It's really been pretty lackluster since his return. It's unfortunate.
I am gonna go with Bray Wyatt, even though it pains me to say so, because now after that shit show of a feud with Finn Balor, which should have been amazing, it looks like he's gonna be in a shit show of a feud with Matt Hardy. That should be amazing, and I don't think it's going to be.
Dude, I wouldn't count this one out yet, because once they start getting into it and like actually have face-to-face promos and stuff like that, and once they start doing matches, I think it could be really cool. Think about if they each had a match at the Hardy compound, and then they had a match at the Wyatt
compound.
Yeah.
Like with the New Day.
Yeah.
Or in that random house that they had that was right down the street from the arena.
Or Or
the House of Horrors or whatever it was.
Yeah, or Wyatt's House of Horrors. Yeah.
Yeah. And they could fly drones in to videotape the whole thing. Yeah. All right. Who's winning on SmackDown?
Well, I was gonna say AJ Styles till he got his ass whooped later. Not much happened on SmackDown. It's kind of hard to. I'll say Naomi because she made her triumphant return.
All right, Eric, who you got?
Rusev and Aiden English.
Yeah, that's where I was going too. They beat the Usos. They beat the champs.
Yeah.
They're on a 2-week winning streak.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big win for them.
Who's losing on SmackDown?
Baron Corbin.
Oh man, I was actually gonna say the Usos, but yeah.
He lost his match.
I mean, here's the problem with that is like I've come to expect that, so it's just like that's just business as usual to me.
Yeah, true enough. He's a bum, Matt.
You haven't been able to say that for a while now, so I'm just going to let that one slide.
He did lose, though.
I'm going to go with the Usos because they are the tag team champions and they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Got pinned, lost. By Rusev and fucking Aiden English.
Listen, what I tell you, you serve W's and L's, all right?
All right. Well, unless you guys got anything else, that'll be it for this episode.
Nope, nothing else from me.
Eric, you got anything?
No, sir.
All right. You guys can find us at www.facebook.com/SmackingItRaw, as well as all of the other content that Creation Magazine puts out. And you can find the Creation Magazine Facebook page as well as the Super Flashy Arrow Facebook page. Also, each week, right now they are on a break, but please tune in if you are a fan of DC Comics and the Arrowverse to Super Flashy Arrow. And once a month, check out the Creation Conversation hosted by Travis with his hosts Mara and Jonathan Gruzius. And guys, go ahead. Where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalot. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT.
Travis or Eric, what corner are you working this weekend?
Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. Smacking It Raw. Facebook.
Wait. We can find you on Facebook, Smacking It Raw.
That's where I'll be.
Is that a Facebook Live? Are you doing that on Facebook Live? What day and what time? Can they catch you smacking it raw?
Just let me know. and I'll be on.
Oh,
You
man.
gotta let them know. You're the one doing it.
No, just call me and let me, call me and ask. I'll get on live.
If you need some supplemental income, I'm sure we can set up some Skype shows or maybe get you on ChatterBait.
Perfect. I don't think you can get money in ChatterBait though. It's gotta be something else.
Oh man, Cam soda. Is that what you into?
All right. So they can find you on Facebook. They can contact us all on the Smackin' It Raw Facebook page. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. That is at MATTRIDDER. That is it for this week. You guys have a good night.
See you.
Night, everybody.
We are Smackin' It Raw, and we are that damn good.